Hi everyone. Today we have got someone special again, Dr. Harsh, who just acquired rank 10 in this year's medical oncology NEET-SS. Welcome, Dr. Harsh, and a huge congrats first of all.
Thank you so much, sir.
How does it feel? As I was just asking you before we started shooting, how does it feel?
Very great, sir. Having a very good feeling. What I
Okay,
was dreaming, yes, and I have achieved,
great,
sir.
great. So, was this your first attempt, your first serious attempt?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
How was it? Okay.
sir. I have given aims, sir, just now,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
this neat. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you tell us about your educational background. Where are you from? Your UG, PG, and
Uh,
all of that.
yeah, basically, sir, I have done my UG from PDU Medical College, Rajkot, and
Mhm.
currently I have completed my MD Medicine from BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad, and it was my
Okay.
first attempt for NEET-SS. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you just finished your MD medicine this year or last year?
No, sir. This year only.
Oh, so you have got you're about to do your bond, 1 year bond or something, or
Yeah,
do
yes,
you
sir.
have a
Currently, I am pursuing my SRship. Yes, sir. I have a 1 year
SSS?
bond.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but currently I am pursuing SRship. Yes, sir.
Which you are going to quit and join DM and Donk pretty soon,
Yes,
right?
yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you're from a general medicine background. So I'll start with the usual thing. Again, I ask everyone from a general medicine background because with the current challenge, there is always with the current pattern, there is always a challenge of bridging the knowledge gap, the relatively less exposure to general medicine, less exposure to oncology during general medicine. So, how did you bridge the gap? We don't see the breast, the gynae malignancies, and all of those during our MD general medicine day. So, how did you bridge that knowledge gap? How did it work for you?
Sir, basically, sir, I have started seeing your videos from my last 3 to 4 months before my MD exam. And
Okay.
at that time, when I decided to go on for medical oncology. And basically, sir, here we have, sir, GCRI, but we have not get little bit of exposure. So that is the main point. So having
Okay.
such an institute, we don't get a rotation or anything. So if you want to do, we can go and learn from our the senior. But
Mhm.
the main point is, sir, I was pursuing, sir, my studies from Mero videos and notes only, preferably.
Okay. So, when did you decide that you want to go in for medical onco? At what point in
Uh,
your PG?
Sir, in third year, after 6 to 7 months, I decided to go for medical oncology.
Okay. Okay. So, what made you choose medical oncology?
Sir, first of all, it is a very dynamic changing branch compared to all others. Previously, sir, 10 to 15 years ago, it was a very different scenario to what it is at present.
True.
And yes, sir, and sir, I was having some interest in hemat onco patients when I was seeing in the wards. I don't seen any medical onco patients. So
Solid organ, basically.
yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same story. I think most people who do MD medicine want to see the patient, all the systems. There's always a fascination for hematology that people develop during MD medicine. That kind
Yes,
of gets people
drives
going.
the force to med onco. Yes, sir.
Then you think of hematology, then you think very few seats. Medical onco is more varied and maybe more
Yes,
comprehensive. And then you decide that yeah, it's a pretty common story with a lot of people there.
sure, sir.
So basically, I understand you would have done your MD medicine quite well, but your focused preparation from a medical onco point of view was for maybe 5, 6 months, and that too during the time of your university exams, right? It coincided
Yes,
with
sir.
your
Yes.
exam. So how could you balance this thing, your
Uh,
MD medicine responsibilities, and maybe if you are preparing for something else, this clash wouldn't be there. For medical
yeah.
oncology, what you need for MedDonc is different, and what you need to crack your university is different. So how did you
Yeah.
balance? How was the time distribution?
Sir, basically, sir, I used to give at least 1 or 1.5 hour for medical oncology. At the point when I started that I would go for med onco.
Great.
So basically, sir, daily 1 or 1.5 video I would prefer. to
Great.
complete. So
Okay.
yes, that's
So,
the point where I also started. Yes, sir.
so you used to take notes and because I'm actually fine because if you juggled your medicine, general medicine preparation, your theory, practicals, and your medical onco preparation, I'm quite amazed actually. I mean that takes a lot of
Thank you,
hard
sir.
work. It's not easy one bit. I mean, I've done both, but I've done it separately. So to imagine how you would have managed it in the last 5 months is kind of blows my mind. I'm genuinely curious. Like, uh, uh, I mean, you would have had your ward work. You come home and come to the hostel room and do this. So, did you finish the whole module completely first, then do the question bank, then go back and revise, or what was that planning part of
Uh,
going through medical onco?
so from the starting phase, sir, I was more focusing on the videos and the notes. I was not much focusing on the QBank at that time because, sir,
Okay.
I first wanted to have a well verse of the subject before
Okay.
directly going into the MCQs. So I just started with only videos and notes only.
Mhm.
Then after finishing one time the videos and revision of notes, then I after mostly, sir, after my MD exams, I started doing MCQs. Till then, I was only pretty much with notes only.
So by the time you finished your universities, you had covered the notes and the videos.
Yes, yes, yes,
Then you looked at MCQs and revised and went for it.
and
Great.
concise the bit. Yes,
Okay, great. I mean, as I said, it's really is a commendable achievement. Had you said that you were preparing from second year, I would have been like, it's possible. But if you chose to go for medical oncology in the
third
last
year.
five
Yes,
months, and I mean, that's really commendable. And I think it's very inspirational also for people. I mean, people who think of whether medical oncology is a bit difficult after MD medicine these days. I think your story is quite an inspiration. And again,
yes,
I
sir.
think if you apply mind and choose the right material. And did you go through any standard oncology textbooks? I believe no, you
No,
didn't have
no,
that.
sir, no, no, sir. I
Okay,
didn't had the time to go through Devita.
okay, okay. Great. That's it. I mean, going too comprehensive will take you nowhere. Is something I always tell everyone. And I think the examiners for NEET-SS are quite clear about what they want to look for in the
Yes, sir.
candidate. Uh, so I think there will always be 5 6 questions that are over your head. Preparing for those 5 6 questions makes no sense. You always have to try and get those 90 95% questions. I think that works well with a basic understanding, even without those big books. Because even a medical oncologist does not know the whole of Devita. There is so much of concept there. There is so many things going on there. Even after 3 years, if I ever see you somewhere, you would still not have finished reading Devita. I'm pretty sure about it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so yeah. So then, what else? What do you want to tell people who are preparing for MedDown at this point? I mean, you told us about your strategies. You told us about your sources. I understand that you had a very clear vision. You're confident of achieving it even in the short period of time. And I think you were not perturbed by the fact that you had two different kind of things to prepare for, and you stuck to your guns. I think that conviction, that confidence, the plan to choose a material and stick to it rather than going all around it, kind of helped that you
Yes,
probably had a limited time. So I think you could only focus on that limited things also. That was your advantage. So I get all of that. I get your modus operandi. I get. How was the mental side of it? What did you ever feel stressed? Did you ever
yes,
feel
sir.
maybe that I'm doing too much of medical oncology? Will this affect my general medicine preparation? Were there this demons in your head at any point?
Uh, sir, not that type of career. It would be affect my MD medicine preparation. But sure, sir, if I would not get med onco a decent rank that I would get the seat, then I would be left for nowhere. That I would have to take a drop. That sometimes, sir, it just ticks in the back of the mind that after this much time that it can
Yeah.
affect, sir, because it's just a very different specialty. So in NEET-SS, sir, you can, if you get a decent rank, you can sometime hop the branches if you don't want to take a drop or something like that. But here, sir, you
Mhm.
have to be with full conviction that you have to get it done. So that was
Exactly.
the driving point that there is no chance of error at this point. And if you start late, it is not that you cannot do it. It is achievable with last 3 to 4 months also.
Great, great. That's what I was trying to tell too. I mean, to have the conviction that you need this, to make that choice in the last few months and then do it in the last few months. I think it's really inspirational for people that you don't need a long period of time with the right planning, even with other things that you have to do, a lot of other responsibilities. You can still crack it. I mean, medical oncology is not Greek and Roman. It might look like Greek and Roman in the beginning,
Yes.
but I think with some effort, I think it's quite crackable. I mean, there's a lot of lesson in what you're saying there. So,
Only, sir, one
go
thing I
ahead.
would like to add, uh, you have to stick to one notes, or you are preferably writing your own notes, or you are taking some guidance of any online platform. Don't go everywhere, and stick to one platform and revise the notes. That is the most important thing that I would like to tell, sir.
Okay, great, great. And a word about the exam pattern. How did you see it? I mean, what did you feel? Uh, I mean,
Sir,
did you think? Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
sir,
in the sense, the question, the type of questions asked is what I meant.
yes. So in this need the type of questions which are very clinical based scenario types, not like the previous year question that we have seen, sir. That were pretty straightforward, and in this need the question was not that pretty straightforward. There were some questions that were pretty straightforward, but in general, majority of the questions are were like clinical based scenario and stuff like that. So you have to be go through the concept, then you can correct them.
Okay, okay, sure. So I think that's about it. I really, again, am quite in awe of your achievement. Big congrats on that.
Thank you, sir.
I think great to know that we could be of help in your journey, and that I really hope that your journey will be an inspiration to a lot of people going forward. And as I tell
Thank you, sir.
everyone, we'll definitely meet somewhere. A very small community of medical oncologists in the country. We'll definitely meet some conference or the other. All the best. Congrats once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.